of you. So now we're going to learn a bit more about Need for Speed Rivals from the executive producer, Marcus. Tell me, I suppose, your thoughts on the game. This is a big new project for you. You worked on Shift 1, taking on Need for Speed. Shift 2. Tell me, taking on Need for Speed now, it's a big franchise for EA. Where's Need for Speed coming from? Where's it going?
So Need for Speed has obviously had a lot of games in the past, and it's been pretty much everywhere. It's been Cop versus Racers, it's been Drive Across America, it's been going around in circles, around tracks. It's been in a lot of different places, and I think that's been great. Need for Speed stands for action racing, edge of your seat experience, adrenaline-filled racing in highly aspirational cars, and that's what it should be, and that's what it should be going forward as well. I think the great thing about being Ghost now and have built the first game that's going to come out very soon, I've built it on the core values of what we think Need for Speed should be. It is Cop versus Racers. There's a big layer of autolog in there, asynchronous gameplay against your friends, as well as a layer of seamless multiplayer we can talk more about later on. So I'm really proud of where we've taken that. I think it really should be seen as a sign of where this franchise is going. There's a strategy behind this franchise now, and there's a plan where we should go and what game Need for Speed should be.
See, that's an interesting question. The identity of Need for Speed is something that's changed. It's changed from a car simulator to very much an action game, to a cop game, to an arcade game, to a simulator, back to a cop game again. It's been through a long journey. What's the true identity of Need for Speed now, building on it now? Is it open world? Is it going to be team-based play, online community stuff? Where are we going to take this?
So I think you need to look into why has it changed a lot. It's obviously been done by different studios. It's been jumping studios between different years, different engines. Yeah. A lot of wasted work there actually, just simply because you need to build the same car twice. Whereas now we're obviously on Frostbite 3 and we can build upon that. Is it always going to be open world? Probably. Is it always going to have cops and racers? Probably. Is it going to have autolog? Probably. Is it going to have all drive, the system that we're going to be talking about? Probably. Will it have deeper and deeper customization? Absolutely. So there are core tenets of a Need for Speed experience that perhaps have been absent for some time, but will be coming back with the products that are now going to start coming out.
Well, certainly I've had a go on the game. I found it visually very nice. It's smooth, it's got the motion blur, which kind of helps with that. Lots of effects going on, nice weather effects and stuff like that. It's car handling. Now, again, what style of car handling have you gone for in this? Again, is it about capturing the nuances of the cars and the way they sort of drive? What kind of work goes into that?
So there's always a big focus on any Need for Speed game, and if you look at the Criterion games, the Hot Pursuits and the Most Wanted, I think that we've had some of the best arcade racing physics that has ever been present, to be honest. And the physics in Rivals build upon that. The physics in Rivals build upon the foundation that was set in Hot Pursuit and then in Most Wanted, because Ghost is obviously doing this together with Criterion. So as you pick your controller up and you play this game, I'm sure that people can feel the resemblance of a Criterion in there, and I think that's just the strength of it. The build you played is not the latest software, and I honestly think that the way that the cars handle in Need for Speed Rivals, are the best handling cars, and you can go straight really fast.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing, and certainly I think new consoles are coming out now. Gives you guys lots of room in terms of development, memory usage, everything else. What do you think they're going to be bringing? And we hear about the cloud. What can cloud do? What can the new consoles do in terms of technology? Where's Need for Speed going with that extra power? Is there anything in this that's really unique to this version, or is it more of an evolution?
Next generation to me is all about gameplay. Yeah, more power can output greater graphics, as you've seen today, with weather effects, absolutely. But to me, it's about how you play the game differently. And the way that when we sat down and we actually had Most Wanted in front of us as we started looking at really into this, is that why is it that I have a single player where I can do things with my car, I can tune the car, I can have a fast car, and when I go into multiplayer, it doesn't have those values? And I'm like, okay, that's not good. And what if we throw single player and multiplayer out of the way and we have one Need for Speed open world, and then you choose how to experience it? So basically what that means is that in Rivals, you can be playing this in the UK, and we're friends on whatever network. When I join, I'm going to come into that world. So you can be driving around, doing your single player progression. I'm in the world doing single player progression. We do not ever need to. We don't need to meet. Yeah. You can stop playing. I'll stop playing, and we don't. We will know that we're in the same world, but it would almost like we never even did it. But what could happen is obviously you're in a race, I'm in a race, and all of a sudden, like, we're coming against each other on one of the straights. And at that point in time, obviously, I can just abandon my event to start going after you and challenge you for a race, because that gives me certain bonuses. I could obviously be a cop in this world, or we could be doing those races, and Jem, she could be a cop coming into that world, start going after one of us, or try to go after both of us if we're in the same race. It's just this world becomes a sandbox, and this sandbox delivers gameplay that's not really been seen before. I call All Drive delivering the unexpected. I'm sorry about the buzzword of that, but it's branded, but call it the unexpected then. I'm in a world, and when I have humans in my world, I really never know what to really expect. The interesting thing with this is that we have a progression system that is still supportive of you being level 2, me 5, and someone else 15, and we can still play the game together and still kind of progress at the same time. So yeah, I think that's a true revolution in going to play this game as a next generation game.
I'm certainly interested in the whole seamless gameplay online idea, increasing all the time, if you like, with the amount of information you have. How big is the scale of the map that we're going to be looking at? What kind of scenery are we going to be looking forward to exploring?
So you'll have, the map is 16 by 16 kilometers, so it's pretty big, and you got lots of roads there obviously, and they all range from forest areas to rural areas to coastal areas to desert to snow and mountains. It's great variety, and as you said, they all look very, very good. They truly do.
I think it's important that it's going to be a lot of fun. We've talked about that beforehand. A few years ago, I remember helicopters bombing me, yeah. Police flying out the bushes, everything else. It was quite crazy. I look forward to that on this game. So tell me something about the game that you're most proud of at the moment, that you're most excited about.
In this game?
Yeah.
I get that question a lot here actually. It's All Drive. I think the way I never know what to expect, or the way that gameplay is kind of served at me. I'm driving around the world. I can challenge the car next to me, or I stop and I go into a race, and cars coming behind me and is in this race. I become chased by cops by doing so. I can choose to go to a starting point, drop a beacon to you, and you're like, okay, I'm coming over. You go to safe house and you spawn in, and we go off on a race. It all happens so seamlessly, and it's always filled with different things for you to do. And when I say that, I haven't even taken into account the autolog layer, that the asynchronous part of you're playing that on a Friday night. When I go up on Saturday morning in Sweden, I'm like, my cell phone is boom, boom, boom. Okay, 3 challenges that he's beaten me in. Okay, so I'll take those on. I take my tablet and I build my playlist with those challenges, and I start playing. But then you get notified that I start playing, so you bring up your tablet, and you can see on the map that I'm driving around trying to beat your records. You can highlight me and call in a helicopter, or add a spike strip in front of me. So you can be the cop, what do you call it? Dispatch almost, from your tablet, trying to stop me from beating you. I think it's just such a nice neighborhood of gameplay that exists in there.
I think Autolog it's been a great addition to Need for Speed, and I think, as I say, having a structured developer now, I'm excited to see what you guys can develop. I think the graphics engine looks good, the hardware is certainly going to power the vision, and good luck for the future, and I look forward to seeing you on stage. Thanks for your time.
All right, thank you so much.
Brilliant, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Our techs have decrypted Zephyr's radio signal to a couple miles from your position. Your assignment's simple. Get to Zephyr.